Pulled the rotor, pulled out all the concaves. We're fixing a lot of stuff on it. Hello everyone, I'm Austin and I work at Full Line Ag, a farm equipment dealership located in the beautiful province of Saskatchewan, Canada. And right behind me is a Fendt 933, and we're just parked it right out front of the shop here to snag a couple pictures before we put it on the website. And then we're going to be driving this around to the back and loading it up when our trucker comes, because this one's heading to one of the other 3 Full Line Ags. That's what I'm doing right now. We got a lot of good stuff in store for today, so stick along and I'm glad to have you with me. So right now we got our Fendt we're driving in foot pedal mode here. So here's the 8370 cart I took on trade and just brought it back in my last video. And so now we can see we have a Rogator sprayer, an 1100 Fendt Ideal combine. Then we have a Rogator sprayer way up over there on that mound. So we got a little spot right here where we moved the Fendt tractor from. So I'm gonna pull that other Rogator in right beside. So one thing at dealerships, kind of what you always gotta do, is be moving equipment around. You gotta be moving it, keep people on their toes, and keep the yard looking nice and organized. And then how does this look? Does this look all right? I know there's a big gap there, but water flows. We got a trench going the whole way, so I don't really want to park it in that gap, but I don't think this looks too bad. So now it is after lunch. I ended up hopping in my truck and I'm heading out to a customer's place right now. He called and he's looking for front wheel assist tractor. He has an older rear wheel drive tractor, 2-wheel drive one, so he's looking to upgrade into front wheel assist. So I'm actually right now on my way out to his place and I'm gonna look at it, get some pictures, and come up with some numbers for him and hopefully get him into a new tractor. Here it is. It's a Ford TW15. It's a 1986 and this thing is sure a beauty. We can see that this tractor has 6,500 hours on it. You can tell it's had a really nice life. It's been taken care of really well. So now it is the next day and my job is to come up with some values and some pricing for the customer, give them a difference, and then see kind of where it goes from there. It was a really nice tractor, and the tractor that he's going to be getting is also a really nice tractor, so it'll be good, but we'll now go and check out what's in the shop. So we are here in the back shop in Purdue. We can see we got a Rogator 1074. This one just got finished getting worked on. But we got a couple things that are kind of torn right apart that maybe some people don't get to see too often. So right here we have an old Ford tractor split in 2. So we can see that tractor is completely split apart. Just got a couple cables running to it. This one had some issues with the PTO. We've taken it apart, maybe doing a little bit more work, and then we are going to put it back together. I figured not too many people maybe have seen a tractor actually completely split apart like this. It's sure something pretty cool though. And then over on this side of the shop, we have a Massey 9895, and there's not too much left. It is pretty stripped apart, especially at least the back end here. So here we can see all the way back into the back side of this combine. So this combine is getting this combine is getting a lot of work done. It is back here. We pulled the rotor, pulled out all the concaves. The customer brought it to us, wanting it changed up and fixed up in a couple different areas. But the nice thing about these combines is they are so incredibly simple. There is not much to these. You pretty much do 6 bolts at the front side of this rotor, and then you take off the gearbox for that rotor. So the 6 bolts just go in right there. You take off the gearbox on the back side of the rotor, which I believe is right there. And then you can pull the rotor out. It's not really too much to it. And then if we come to this rotor, we can see we changed all of the rub bars on this rotor. They were pretty worn out, all the old ones. And actually here we are. We can dig through this. Compared to it, we can see how much it was worn down. All the ends are all completely rolled over. This one maybe isn't as bad as some of the other ones, but some of the other ones, there wasn't much left on these. So changed all those on the rotor, as well as the customer is bringing some different concaves. I think he has some that are in a little bit better shape than this, because these are getting pretty worn out. So he's bringing some concaves that we can throw in here. But just looking up here, it's pretty cool to see a combine stripped down this much. So our concaves go in there, and then we have our separator grates at the back, and we have the chopper taken off, and we got chaff spinners, chaff spreaders. And here we can also look inside at the sieves. We can see down here we have our cross auger. It might be a little hard to see with the light now. We can see here we have our cross auger taking all that grain and bringing it up. I believe, was that going to the returns or the clean grain? So that brings it into the returns. So what that means is that cross auger is pulling to your return elevator, which goes up the side of this combine right to here and throws it back into the combine. So it throws it back into the inside of the combine right there. So that cross auger that's right about here brings that grain up and the returns and throws it right back in front of the rotor. So it goes through the rotor again, falls down, and then goes up the clean grain elevator, which is right there, and into the hopper that sits above us. Looking at the front here though also, we can see that front beater. Maybe those changeable rub bars on that front beater could be changed, but the customer doesn't want that, so we'll leave it where it is. But then we come to the front of the combine, and you can't really see a whole heck of a lot. On one of the ones we did earlier in the year, I think actually last year, we had the whole front feeder house off, had the front beater out, and the rotor and everything in the back like what this one is, and you could see right through the combine. I'll maybe flash to a little bit of footage there. Gets brought into the front of the machine here, and it gets fed up and then into there where the rotor would be. Can actually see all all the way through the combine. It's pretty cool. But that is where we are going to be ending today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was kind of all over the place, but it is what it is. Some days are like that. And we will catch you in the next video.